with the Galio so that you can move around the map. I think if you are looking for an advantage, I'm just such a big fan of putting Rookie on something that can be so aggressive. And, you know, Talia Xin Zhao is game. I certainly think they're easier for Ninjas in Pajamas to execute with the Leona and with the Galio.
Here comes Aki. He does have the ultimate available. The Shy again with no mana, so not going to be able to knock anybody away. He flashes away from his turret, and that could be bad news bears here. The Shy goes down, and it's first blood to NIP. This bottom side, Doinby going to join as well. Notably, on that top side play, Rookie threw out the Weaver's Wall, didn't end up actually taking it, and so this is going to be a big numbers advantage once again for Ninjas in Pajamas. Mako's already dead. They go in onto Gala as well. It's a 2-for-1, but NIP will take that.
That's a major notch in Ninjas in Pajamas cap.
Yeah, and so once we get back here to live, it will be JJ securing the dragon on the bottom side, but that means that NIP are going to get 5 out of the 6 grubs. Aki off to a pretty good start into this game, and we say once...
You know, on top of that, Invictus, I think, is looking a lot bigger picture. I can understand why they would personally prioritize the dragon stacking a little bit more. So we see Doinby take the top tower here in exchange for, presumably, the bot tier 1. Next wave at the very least, but you know, I think it makes sense for both teams to be able to make this exchange. I'm just interested to see if at any point Ninjas in Pajamas are going to want to try and stop that dragon stacking, or if they're going to be more than happy to just try to play the side lanes.
Right now the side lane's working well for NIP. They have the Rift Herald as well if they want to try to break up.
Yeah, it definitely looks like something's happening here.
PP God's going in onto JJ, followed in by that Hero's Entrance with a nice seismic shove, finds 2 for Rookie. PP God in a lot of trouble. The Ignite's taking him down. He flashes away, should be able to survive, but no, the last tick from Mako ends up finishing the job. Now it's Shanji in a bit of trouble in a 1v4. Aki dashes in as well. He's untargetable for a little bit. Doinby doesn't find anybody with the taunt, and NIP now on the retreat. The Shy looking to try to continue.
To see Aki get a little bit more involved. It felt like they blew a lot of their cooldowns early on. We'll see if they're able to kind of repeat that performance here.
So now the dragon is up. NIP want to make sure that that soul point does not go over to IG. Some of those crucial cooldowns, though, just coming back up for Invictus. And so that means that they're going to go back in. Nice hook here from Mako. And they found Leave. That's Rookie picking up a huge chunk of gold. And that means that IG are going to be able to take this dragon easily.
Yeah, that's a fantastic pick coming in from both Rookie and Mako to be able to lock that up. This dragon is gigantic. Ninjas in Pajamas look like they're going to try and siege down mid, but PP God too far forward.
Just went too far. Nicely done by Rookie to clear out the wave and make it a sticky situation for NIP. And all of a sudden, Ninjas in Pajamas could be falling apart. Shanji now gets hit up by the seismic shove. He's going to use the public execution in onto the Shy. There comes Shanji in with Aki to finish off that kill. Another proc of the ultimate is available for Aki, but now Shanji's still in some trouble. He gets shoved right back in. That is another kill picked up for Rookie, and now Aki is the next target. Depth charge goes on top of him. He goes invulnerable, but only for a little bit longer. Hail of arrows dances down on top of him. He's got to continue to try to make those plays happen. We got Baron spawning in 30 seconds. NIP want to try to find a way to bounce back. They might be in some trouble here. Chain of Corruption lands here from Gala. It's matched up by a boatload of crowd control and the Shock Blast from over the top as well. Gala will pick up the kill as Doinby just dies for free.
He was in purgatory there. No chance to move, no chance to do anything. Perfect call out there on the Baron timer. We'll see if they want to go for it. And Fury potentially trying to pull back some damage here. Dragon won't be up for another 2.5 minutes. That's a very big pick, but he will be back up on the map in 25 seconds with ultimate. They're going to make a play. They have to do it now.
Nice buffer from Leave. Gets away here from that dredge line of Mako, and so it means that IG just have priority around the mid lane, but don't have any kill threat onto any of NIP's players. So another chunk of gold going right back to Invictus Gaming. SK-Man, we were waiting for them to become a little bit more active here in this game number 1, and they certainly have done so over these last few minutes.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with how they played out the second part of this mid game. The last, 5 or 6 minutes, this felt like a team that really was just slowly losing, death by 1,000 cuts, and they've been able to really pull back a lot of the advantages and a lot of the momentum that they needed to generate earlier on in the game. Rookie in particular has been excellent, but Jeja could be too far forward here. We'll see if they want to capitalize.
Oh, wow. Yeah, going very aggressive in onto Shanji, and the Weaver's Wall actually cuts the Mbessa off. Doesn't even get a chance to proc the ultimate. He's already dead. Rookie picks up the kill, and now Doinby is in a lot of trouble here. Could be matched here by Aki. He gets another reset on the ultimate, but it's still overall a 2-for-1 in favor of Invictus Gaming. Most notably, though, JJ is down, which means the Otacon could be a little bit risky, so instead, IG want to continue the fight. Depth charge lands. It's followed up by a beautiful engage from Rookie, and Leave will get taken down as well. Doinby and Aki now forced to run for the hills.
Situation for Aki. He's going to have to try to get in there. You cannot allow this Mountain Dragon, but it's going down low, and looks like they're just going to give it.
So risk assessment, not worth it. Most notably, PP God coming off a reset. He was not even... And they are looking dominant
it looks
here.
like this could just be full positioning coming in from IG in the Weaver's Wall.
Oh, Leave shifts over the wall. PP God and Shanji forced to go in. Knockup is huge, though, from Doinby. He lands a 4-man taunt, and NIP are right back into this fight. Aki dashes forward. The Shy is low, and the Shy will bleed almost to death. He's finally able to go down, but it's still a 3v3 on the map. Doinby barely gets away from the dredge line, and IG somehow make that an even fight off of the back of Gala of his own. However, the rest of NIP not here just yet, as that Otacon is ticking down. Teleport finally going to come in from Doinby. He has the ultimate up in 5. Otacon's at 3,000 HP. Aki jumps over the wall. It's going to be a flip. Who's going to get it? It's secured by NIP. And now, as the Blood Roses form, the fight continues to break out. A taunt finds Gala, and he's shut down by the Nefiri. Looking to go in on the Rookie next. Shanji is still massive on the front line, and NIP find the fight. They find the Otacon, and they'll pick up the Blood Roses as the reward.
A gorgeous fight from Ninjas in Pajamas. So much setup and so much execution. You get Doinby teleporting at the perfect time. Aki getting into the Otacon pit at the perfect time to be able to secure it at around 700 health. I'd love to see where so much damage was coming from. I have to imagine Leave was just pumping out damage on the back half of that fight, but we might not have time. We're immediately into Baron.
Should be rather easy for NIP to pick up. Rookie has teleport in 20 seconds, but that Baron will be long gone before then. NIP, couple of mid-game fights, a couple of late-game fights, all they needed. And they suddenly have themselves the gold lead once again. The Shy trying to get a tier 2 turret in response, but likely will pay for it with his life as Shanji TP's behind him. Ooh. As the Shy going to try to make it a one-way trip. Nice accelerated shot blast, picks up PP God, but he will die in response. Shanji will dash forward with the E.
And from all 5 members, and it really has been a bit of an execution diff in the back half of this game.
And after some pretty bad positioning mistakes that led to IG getting fully coming into fruition, as Gala is really doing a nice job with these piercing arrows.
Yeah, and they are going to be first to start this Elder Dragon. NIP is still here, but PP God is a little bit low. Does make this engage a bit trickier. Galio still pushing down on the bot side. The ultimate is available. We are going to likely see it very shortly. We're going to see the call made. PP got so low, though.
Yeah, the Weaver's Wall is going to come out to try to separate people. Shanji dashes forward. It's going to be matched up by Doinby and knocks up 3, but there's not a lot of follow-up thanks to the Weaver's Wall of Rookie. And Shanji will go down first in the fight. PP God gets bursted down. Doinby's forced to go golden. IG are winning out on this one, man. A shutdown goes towards the Shy. Rookie's very low. JJ is as well. And Leave going forward. Leave has the chance to go crazy here in a 2v4. First engage will be on Agala. He's down. But now the hook lands. But it's not going to matter. Leave shifts over the wall. Leave's popping off. One more Mystic shot will do, but it does not find its mark on a Rookie. And so NIP will still have the numbers advantage. They still should make their way onto the Elder Dragon off of some heroics from Aki and Leave.
How is it possible that Ninjas in Pajamas walk out of that fight being able to take this Elder Dragon? Things looked dire. PP God was at a quarter of his health bar at the beginning of the fight. Shanji goes in and hopes and prays that the Galio ultimate will let him survive.
Aki's had himself a very good go of things, going towards that Guardian Angel for his last item. And so NIP with the Elder buff, going to start up this Baron Nashor. Now the Elder's only on a couple of players. Aki and Leave the only ones to have it, but those are certainly good members to possess the burn.
Yeah, it definitely feels like this should just be Ninjas in Pajamas. There's no way to really contest this, but Jeja's going to try.
You're going to try to dash in there, but not going to have enough room. The sacrifice will be PP God, but it looks like Ninjas in Pajamas want to continue the push. Onto the Shy they go with the knock-up landing. Public execution only onto 1, and so Shanji will potentially get bursted down, but there goes Aki. There's the Nefiri, and Leave and Aki once again are going to reign supreme, nearly winning the team fight by themselves. Now it's a 2v1. Aki still has the executes, and Rookie will not succumb, but JJ will, as Aki smites him from above.
Aki absolutely dominating. The dogs are barking here tonight. Nefiri has looked unstoppable so far today. And if you want to see a performance worthy of saying that a champion is imbalanced, you just saw it in front of your very eyes. Of course, you got to give credit to Aki, but the Nefiri, that fight looking disastrous for NIP, diving onto the backline and being able to destroy everyone with the damage that was output. The inhibitor will be the prize. Elder Dragon will be up again.
All right, G, they don't want to rule themselves out of this one just yet. They still have the Mountain Soul. They still have Rookie getting close to a field build on his own. They're going to have to play around the poke composition that they've set up for themselves, because right now in a full 5v5, they definitely can't do anything if it was an even game state.
Yeah, it's just a really difficult spot to be in if you're IG. Your entire comp relies on being able to have pressure and have tempo, to be able to poke out with things like Jason, Varus, and to be able to move around the map with Talia. You just don't have that option here, but they might have found a pick.
They find PP God. However, we matched by the hero's entrance of Doinby, so once again, in a 4v5, NIP want to go for the kills. Public execution comes in. Shanji gonna get knocked up with a really nice step charge. Aki in some trouble now. Aki forced to flash away, and now IG winning the fight. 2 already go down. And Gala picks up the big... They are having that numbers advantage for another 30 seconds. The Shy, the Gala continue to issue on that poke. Teleport comes in from Rookie. They're going to try to burst down this mid inhibitor. Don't think it should be the end of the game, given that Aki and Leave are the ones alive, and they're the strongest members of Ninjas in Pajamas, but that is a big turnaround here for Invictus Gaming. They still are down 7,000 gold. They check just a little bit at the True Shot Barrage, comes out and actually burns away all those Mountain Dragon shields. More poke comes out. Leave with the Mystic Shots now can issue some firepower back on his own. The Elder Dragon is alive, but nobody wants to start it up just yet. Battle lines have been drawn. NIP looking to engage. PP God finds the initial start of the team fight, and that is Gala getting bursted down. Sorry, the Shy is the one who dies first in the fight. PP God gets knocked up at 3-talent strike. The target now being Leave, but he flashes away. And now a numbers advantage in for NIP. Leave still doing so much damage here with these Mystic Shots. Doinby dashing away. As JJ is still alive, the Elder Dragon's still up. I don't think NIP are going to want to flip this, but here they go. They start this one up.
They're starting it. I can't believe that they're starting it here. This is a true flip coming in. A very risky move as we see IG actually have priority here. Aki's at half health.
This is where Gala can try to do some work here. The piercing arrows before the fight could begin. A teleport has come in. It is going to be Doinby rejoining the fight at full HP. As the Elder Dragon not reset just yet. Still a 4v5. The Shy respawning in 18 seconds. He's not going to be a factor here. PP God, the first to get engaged upon by Mako. The Elder's at 6,000 HP. JJ looking to go back in. PP God gets poked down to oblivion. And now another hook lands onto Shanji. He's forced to dash away. Elder's at 2,000. JJ steals the Elder. And now Doinby is going to be at the mercy of Invictus Gaming, and the Elder Dragon burns. Leave shifts forward, picks up one. Aki and Leave still so big, but the Elder is going to reign supreme. There's another Unraveled Earth. There is Gala picking up a 1,000 gold shutdown, and Invictus Gaming somehow come back. They steal away the Elder Dragon, and they are going to march into the mid lane with super minis to try to take game 1.
And just like that, one bad engage, one mistake, getting poked out a little bit too much at the beginning of a fight. It costs everything for Ninjas in Pajamas. They're sieging down the Nexus turret. Shanji by himself in the base. He is not going to be enough with the Elder buff, and a game that looked like it would be a guaranteed win for Ninjas in Pajamas. They're up 3k gold right now as their Nexus is destroyed.
Back and forth we went. That is classic LPL gameplay for you. As IG, in what I think was an over 40-minute game,